Good afternoon to my viewer house out there, home and abroad. We're reaching you from AYOGEN TV, number 157, Adimolegun Road, Ondo City, in Ondo State. And this is our program on Gbona Feli in our daily Vanguard today. Paper review. Let's start. My whole name is Olorunfemi Hakintajo Steven. We're supposed to be two here, but my second second boy is not around because it seems like he told me he's going to a mountain. I didn't know what's going for a mountain for maybe for the problem. I mean, it's little affairs. Maybe that one is a secret because I tried to ask him what was the problem, why the reason why he's going to the mountain, but he didn't tell me anything. I believe you people know how he used to do. So in our paper for today, let's start from the Vanguard. Osun State at 30, Akeredolu Oyinlola Alaafin coverage in Osogbo to honor Akande Adeboye and others. FG coming with fresh charges against Igbo. Policeman killed, scores wounded as Okada riders go on rampage in Lagos State. We are not owing doctors. Police arrested suspected members of robbery gang in Kwara. Now, from our Punch paper today, we have some headlines there. Police who allegedly killed 18-year-old admission seeker Monsurat Ojuade. Happy Cop dismissed, arraigned on killing Corps members. This is coming from the Punch. Man in court for allegedly impersonating military officer. Charlie Boy in mock handcuffs leads protests against Libyan slave trade. This is coming from the Punch too. EFCC arrests Dubai, bound Nigeria with 849 ATM cards. This one is coming again from the Punch. He said, my wife buried charm in my house. My wife buried charm in my house. Man tells the court. Pay salary workers before Christmas. This is coming from Buhari, the president of Nigeria. I didn't know the reason why he said that. So let me start from Vanguard for today. Osun State, Osun at 30, Akeredolu Oyinlola Alaafin covered in Osogbo to honor Akande. Ondo State Governor Mr. Rotimi Akeredolu yesterday led personalities to Osogbo, Osun State capital, to honor distinguished sons and daughters of Osun, rewarded by the state government for their service of humanity. The Alaafin of Oyo, Oba Lamidi Adeyemi, former Oyo State Governor Adebayo Alao Hakala, his Ogun State counterpart, Mr. Gbenga Daniel, were part of the entourage while the immediate past governor, Ogbeni Rauf Aregbesola, was not at the event, neither was he represented. Adegboyega Oyetola charged citizens to pull their collective strength to work, irrespective of their political differences and sentiments, for a greater tomorrow, saying that state building is a collective enterprise. Describing the event as a symbolic, Oyetola, who ensured a mini silent was held in honor of the first civilian governor of the state. The late Isiaka Adeleke said it was deserving to pay tribute to the illustrious men and women who have held sways as leaders of the people. So that is coming from the Vanguard. Now let's go to the let's exchange. We're going to be exchanging a news together today because I'm the only one right here because the other guy is not around. That's the one guy, you know. So let's move to the Punch news. Policeman who allegedly killed 18-year-old admission seeker Monsurat Ojuade has been dismissed. Sergeant Samuel Phillips, who allegedly killed an 18-year-old female admission seeker in Ijeshatedo area of the Surulere, Lagos State, has been dismissed and would be arraigned. The spokesman for the Lagos State Police Command, Adekunle Ajisebutu, has said. He said in a statement on Friday titled, Ijeshatedo Shooting Incident, Sergeant Samuel Phillips dismissed from service to be arraigned in the courts. This is to inform the general public that Sergeant Phillips, who tried for the shooting incident of 11th September 2021 that led to the death of Monsurat Ojuade, has been dismissed from the Nigeria Police Force. He was dismissed after concluding after conclusion of his orderly room trial. The suspect will be charged to court today for murder. Let's take another one from the Punch today again. Here we have a happy cop dismissed, arraigned on killing cops members. A policeman, Inspector Benjamin Peters, who killed a member of the National Youth Service Corps, Angela Ugwetu, in Abuja on Wednesday, has been dismissed from the force and arraigned. The Commissioner of Police in charge of the Federal Capital Territory, Sadiq Bello, told journalists in Abuja on Friday that the errant cop is on remand, awaiting commencement of trial. He said that Peters should not have shot at the car, adding that his claim that the victim was shouting for help was not sufficient to fire his weapon. Bello explained that the two males in the car with the deceased told detectives that they were coming from a joint and that Ugwetu stood up and brought out her head through the sunroof while having fun, stressing that she was not in any danger. He said, police have taken necessary measures. The policeman that opened fire has arrested. Necessary disciplinary procedures have been concluded. He has been dismissed from the force and arraigned before a court of competent jurisdiction, and he is currently on remand, awaiting commencement of trial. You can read more details from the Punch. Now we have again. Sorry for the. The federal government said yesterday it will file a fresh action against Nigeria national agitator Sunday Adeyemo, fondly called Sunday Igboho, following the judgment of Oyo State High Court, which awarded 20 billion in damages in his favor. The Attorney General of Federation AGF and Minister of Justice Abubakar Malami told the news agency of Nigeria, NAN, in New York, that the federal government had the right to appeal the judgment or file a fresh charge. Malami said the position of the government on the judgment was about law and jurisdiction. He said, as far as this matter is concerned, which court is it that has the jurisdiction to determine it? And as you rightly know, obedience is to court orders and court judgments. But then, you have to understand within the contents of such obedience that there are associated rights and interests that are vested in federal government, inclusive of right of appealing against a judgment, inclusive of the right of the file and application for setting aside the purported judgment and order, and indeed, inclusive of the possibility of filing a fresh action if indeed, the jurisdiction of the court that was alleged to have indeed handed the judgment as an EU. We are doing the needful in terms of looking at the law as it exists and then working within the context of the law in ensuring the justice is done as far as the contending issue between the parties are concerned, the minister explained. Now, I want us to move to the Daily Punch for today again. Here we have, we also have a man in court for allegedly impersonating military officer. The police on Wednesday arraigned a 41-year-old man, Femi Balogun, at an Ikeja magistrate court in Lagos for allegedly impersonating as a member of Nigerian Army. The defendant, a marketer with First Bank Nigeria Insurance, standing trial before Chief Magistrate A.O. Olayinka on a charge of impersonation. The police prosecutor, Edet Okoye, told the court that Balogun committed the offense in Ikotun area of Lagos on February 8 at 4 o'clock p.m. Okoye said, the accused, who was caught wearing a military uniform claimed to be a soldier and a staff sergeant serving at the Akamala barracks in an artillery department of Lagos of Nigeria Army. You can read more from the News Punch for today. And we have another one again here on Punch News. Charlie Boy in mock handcuffs lead protests against Libyan slave trade. Veteran musician and leader of the our Mumudon Do movement, Charles Oputa, aka Charlie Boy, on Monday led a protest against the reported slave trade going on in Libya, where Nigerians are said to be among thousands of victims. Charlie Boy and the other protesters appeared at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs head office in Abuja with hands chained and mouths sealed. Libya returnees have spoken of the experience in the war-torn North African country, with several reporting they were sold as slaves. The group's spokesman, Raphael Adebayo, said they wanted the government to take proactive and reactive steps over the plight of Nigerians sold as slaves in Libya. You can read more, you can get more stories from our daily news, Punch. Now let's move to our Vanguard again. We have a commercial motorcyclist popularly called Okada. Yesterday went on ramping, killing a senior police officer, chief superintendent of police, Kazim, attached to the operations department of the Lagos State Police Command. The incident, which happened at Ajao Estate Junction bus stop, Murtala Muhammad International Airport Road, starts at about 11 a.m. when the officers stormed the area to raid a criminal hideout. According to an eyewitness account, trouble started when the policeman began to seize motorcycles from the riders, which didn't go well with the motorcyclists. Some of the riders were alleged to have driven against traffic. Now, our Vanguard learned after they had seized the motorcycles and put them in their mini trucks, the Okada riders went berserk. The situation degenerated when policemen began to shoot sporadically into the air to scare them away. It was gathered that the CSP Kazim, who are less than 8 months to retire from the force, went to restore calm when he learned his men were having issue with the Okada riders. We wanted to read more from the Vanguard News, and right now I want us to move to Daily Punch. Here we have pay our workers before Christmas. Buhari is telling the the Nigeria governors all the Nigeria governors that they should pay the workers' salary. Muhammadu Buhari has directed governors to ensure payment of instantly and outstanding workers' salary in their various states to enable workers to celebrate the forthcoming Christmas happily. The Imo State Governor Rokas Okorosha, confirmed this development to State House correspondents after a closed-door meeting with Buhari in the presidential villa in Abuja on Monday. He said workers' issue took the center stage during the meeting, adding that the president was concerned about those dependent on salaries to feed their families, pay fees, and their house rent. He said President Buhari specifically directed the governors to ensure that they kept workers and pensioners happy by paying their outstanding salaries and allowance from the balance of the outstanding Paris Club, refund which would soon be paid to them. The brief meeting between the governor of Nigeria and the governor of Nigeria and the president were very brief, so that's what we got about that. The information is not that much, but you can get more details from the from the Punch News. Now we have another one here on our Punch here. EFCC arrests Dubai bonds Nigeria. EFCC arrests Dubai bonds Nigeria. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission has arrested a Dubai bond Nigeria, Yasser Saliu Abdullahi, who had in his bag 847 automated teller machine cards of various Nigeria banks. The EFCC snoopers have begun interrogating the man to find out how he came about the cards and reason he was taking them out of the country. Abdullahi was arrested at the Malam Aminu Kano International Airport on Friday, August 3, as he prepared to board an Egypt air flight heading for Dubai, United Arab Emirates. You can read more from our Daily Punch. Now, let's move to our Vanguard today. Sorry. Fani Kayode defection will promote a united Nigeria. An Islamic human rights organization, the Muslim Rights Concern, MURIC, has said Nigeria stand to gain more following Femi Fani Kayode defection to All Progressive Congress APC. In a statement issued on Sunday by MURIC director and founder, Professor Isaac Akitola, he said, although a tornado of criticisms has greeted FFK's action, MURIC would not join those who look at the issue from one angle only, but will reflect deep and far to enable it to see the precious treasure hidden and the hard stones. According to the statement, Fani Kayode is a man who has brazenly supported secessionists, irredentist and separatists. Nigeria drifted to the precipice of war and destruction as a result of the agitations of the group supported by him. FFK in its new camp is mostly like to promote a united Nigeria. That is coming from the Vanguard News. And here, in a Punch newspaper again, here we have, my wife buried a sham in my house. This was coming from a man telling the court, after 35 years of marriage, blessed with 2 daughters, Mr. Muhammad Abu, a 17-year-old man on Wednesday, pleaded with an Igando customary court in Lagos State to dissolve his marriage to Saidat, his wife, a 57-year-old woman. Momodu had alleged that Saidat was into fetish practice. He said, my wife is fetish. I came back from work one day and discovered that a portion within my compound had been cemented. I was curious to know what was buried inside the ground. So I called my people and we dug the ground and saw a charm buried there. He said my wife wanted to kill me so that she can inherit my property. That's coming from Abu. The woman's husband. The 70-year-old businessman presented pictorial evidence of the burial of the buried but later excavated sham, which allegedly was the handiwork of his wife. He said his wife was no longer cooking for him, nor washing his clothes or doing all those house chores. I am married but living like a single man. I can no longer tolerate her, said the man. This is coming from the Punch. You can read more from the Punch News for today. And so this is how far we can go for Punch today. Let's move to our Vanguard News again. Here we have NNPC puts out 21.5 billion petrol subsidy from July, FAAC. The Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, NNPC, has disclosed that it spent 175.32 billion naira petrol subsidy in the month of July 2021, which were deducted from its remittance to Federation Account Allocation Committee, FAAC, in September. NNPC in its FAAC report said an early outstanding of 40 billion naira will be deducted also, bringing the total deductions to 215.32 billion naira. NNPC stated in the report, Out of the value shortfall of 143.29 billion, the sum of 103.29 billion was applied on the gross domestic receipt before arriving at the net receipt of 67.28 billion naira in order to make funds available for GV cost recovery to sustain the existing production level. The balance of 40 billion naira will be deducted in subsequent months. The July 2021 value shortfall of 175.82 billion and outstanding balance of 40 billion naira will be deductible from the August 2001 proceeds due for sharing at the September 2021 FAAC meeting. The NNPC's Group Managing Director Malam Mele Kari had in June claimed that daily petrol consumption has risen to 102 million liters per day, driven largely by the smuggling of the product from Nigeria to neighboring countries. He had warned that as long as the price of petrol, which is currently at 162 liters, remain for the shipper in Nigeria, activities of smugglers will be difficult to shake. This is coming from the Vanguard News. We have again another one in our Vanguard News. This is all about kidnappers again. Kidnap 126 Bethel Baptist School children. Police snap 3 bandits. I was paid 100,000 naira for the job. One of the bandits dressed in military uniform. Special Tactical Squad arrest gang who raided 16 churches in FCT and stole musical instrument of churches secondary school, Marabam Damishi in Kaduna State on the 5th of July 2021 have been arrested by the Police Special Tactical Squad led by DCP Kolo Yusuf. Commissioner of Police in charge force public relations officers, CP Frank MBA, who made this known while parading the 3 suspected bandits,